Lewis Hamilton's former trainer has returned. Angella Cullen is back alongside the new Ferrari driver, and what a season this could prove to be for her to return. Obviously, back in March of 2023, Angella Cullen moved away from Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes and moved over to work within Indycar, where she worked with Marcus Armstrong. Now, Angella Cullen moved away for a variety of different reasons, and I'm always intrigued to hear what people's theories are on this, because it has never ever been confirmed by either Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton or Angella Cullen as the reason why she left. So it's one of those where it is definitely a topic of conversation. Now obviously Cullen was Hamilton's trainer during a really successful period with Lewis Hamilton, and she was a part of, I believe, 4 of his 7 drivers' championships, and realistically that should say 5 of 8. Now obviously, as mentioned, the duo parted companies with each other back in March of 2023, just before Lewis Hamilton went on to finish 3rd in the World Drivers' Championship in arguably the 4th fastest car on the grid. Lewis Hamilton had a really good season that year and went from strength to strength, but ultimately heading into 2024, Lewis Hamilton announced that he was going to Ferrari, which led to a range of difficult moments on track in the Mercedes during 2024. Over the course of probably November and December, there became huge discussions about the potential return of Angella Cullen and whether it was going to happen, whether the decision had been a Cullen decision or whether it was a Mercedes decision for Angella Cullen to move on. And I'm starting to believe that it was a Mercedes decision for Angella Cullen to move on. But now they have confirmed that they are back together. They've been seen together numerous times in Maranello, whether that be for Ferrari testing. She's also been spotted with Lewis Hamilton's bodyguard at the Bahrain Formula 1 racing track. And it's going to be very interesting. Angella Cullen announced the move in the most spectacular way, with a picture of her with a 44 sign on a skiing slope over the course of January. And I think it really showed when Lewis Hamilton made that debut in a Formula 1 Ferrari car that Angella Cullen was in the background. It was just pixels on a screen, but everybody knew exactly who it was. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of talk. How important is Angella Cullen to Lewis Hamilton? Now, for me, a lot of drivers may say that the physio, the trainer, isn't really that it's important to stay fit, stay in shape, but it's not really, doesn't really have a major impact. Now, for me, I think for Lewis Hamilton, it is the complete opposite. I think Angella Cullen will have a major impact on Lewis Hamilton going forward, because she keeps him calm. She makes sure everything's ready for him and things like that. And she is a massive part of why he was so successful at Mercedes over the course of those years that she was there. And for me, the big talking point about this whole move is obviously Lewis Hamilton and his qualifying problems. Lewis Hamilton and feeling as if he maybe didn't really have anybody at Mercedes across the course of that final year, with obviously the mechanics, the pit crew, everything like that, they're Mercedes staff, whereas they all knew Lewis Hamilton was moving on to be a Ferrari driver. And there is potential that Angella Cullen left Mercedes back in March 2023 because if Lewis Hamilton had foreseen that he was potentially going to move on, she may have needed to take time away. But moving on and going and working with Marcus Armstrong in Indycar, as she did in 2023, sort of stopped that from really happening. And obviously with Lewis Hamilton then moving on for the 2025 season, it was just a quick slot back into the 2025 team for Ferrari. Now, I think having Cullen there is going to be massive for Lewis. Obviously, he'll have his bodyguards and things like that he works with as well. But it's going to be really interesting because I think it will help him settle in really well. You've obviously seen across the course of the F175 event that Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc have a really good relationship anyway. They've been playing chess where Lewis Hamilton, I believe, is up 3-2 against Charles Leclerc over the course of that. And it's going to be very interesting. You obviously look at how Lewis Hamilton handled the testing they did after F175. He got up at the same time as Charles Leclerc, went to the track at the same time as Charles Leclerc, so that Leclerc wasn't the only one battling with the tiredness and things like that. And I think it just shows a huge amount of respect and things like that to the Ferrari team, to Charles Leclerc to Fred Vasseur and things like that, that Lewis Hamilton is willing to do these things. Now, obviously, you'll see I'm wearing a Mercedes cap, and that's obviously going to have to be updated over the course of this Formula 1 season. But as we get into Formula 1 testing, which starts tomorrow, we have a couple of confirmed teams who have confirmed their lineups. Which we'll go through just now. So as it stands, Red Bull's lineup is Liam Lawson Wednesday morning, Max Verstappen Wednesday afternoon, Lawson all day Thursday, Verstappen all day Friday. We then go on to Mercedes. They flip-flop every single day, starting off with Kimi in the morning and Russell in the afternoon. That flips for Thursday with Russell in the morning and Kimi in the afternoon. It then flips again, Kimi in the morning and George Russell in the afternoon for Mercedes. We then go on to Alpine, who have done exactly the same with their drivers. The rookie driver starts in the morning and ends in the morning. The senior driver starts in the afternoon and ends in the afternoon with the flip over for the middle day. You then go on to Haas, Ollie Behrman in the morning. They've done the exact same thing. Behrman in the morning, Ocon in the afternoon across the course of the weekend, with Ocon doing the Thursday morning, Behrman doing the Thursday afternoon. And then Williams have followed similar suit to that of Red Bull, with Alex Albon doing the morning, Carlos Sainz doing the afternoon, Carlos Sainz doing all day Thursday, and Alex Albon doing all day Friday. Now, as you're watching this video, testing will have already begun. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Who is impressing you the most? Who do you think is going to have the best season in 2025? It's obviously a big topic of discussion over the course of the next few weeks of who is going to be that driving force in 2025. Who's going to lead the way from the off in Australia? Obviously, Ferrari won Australia last year with Max Verstappen going out. Was it a brake failure? I think it was. Lewis Hamilton obviously had his engine failure that day as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, if I remember rightly, Australia is a bit of a specific track specification, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see how the teams look and how the teams run. Obviously, there's a big target on the back of Red Bull's Max Verstappen as a driver. There's a big target on the back of McLaren as they sort of ended the year as constructors champions. And there was talk a couple of days ago about the Ferrari and the McLaren, and apparently they were 0.03 away from each other across the course of the season in the whole, which is obviously very, very interesting. I think it shows just how tight it was last year. There was obviously a couple of races where Ferrari sort of really shit the bed, and it'll be very, very interesting to see if they have those sort of races this season. Now, obviously, you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, you turn on that notification bell, as well as hitting the like button. But just to remind you, Angella Cullen has returned to Lewis Hamilton. They are working now at Ferrari as they look to battle for an 8th World Championship, 9th if you want to be persistent. Will Lewis Hamilton be able to do it? I've made my predictions in a video just a few weeks ago. Make sure you check that one out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll catch you in the next one.